The single greatest skill that separates people who successfully lose weight and keep it off and people who can't isn't about discipline or genetics. It's about mastering the psychology of weight loss. I went from being over 80 pounds overweight, struggling with binge eating behaviors and being disappointed in myself, to feeling free around food and confident in my own skin. And I've spent the last 7 years helping other people do the same. And it's not because I'm special. I'm no different than you. The difference is I stopped letting weight loss control my life and I changed how I thought about it. So I want to walk you through the biggest psychological mistakes I made and the exact belief shifts that finally made weight loss feel sustainable for me. We'll cover why willpower keeps failing you, why you know what to do but just don't do it, and how to think differently so progress feels easier. This isn't just a diet plan. This isn't a motivational video. This is about mental patterns that decide whether weight loss sticks or fails, no matter what plan you're on. And this is insight from 20 plus years of lived experience and failures, not just some information you can get from a book or ChatGPT. So let's get into it. This is why willpower keeps failing you. You think to yourself, I just need more discipline or willpower. But this way of thinking is incomplete. It's a sort of excuse we like to use to push off hard work that we think we need to go through in order to reach our goals. Now, the solution to this and a new way to think about it is understanding that you don't need more willpower. You need better systems that allow you to make progress wherever you're at currently. How many times have you been in a situation like this? You've been dieting for a week or two. Then one day you get off of a long and tiring day at work. You're really hungry, and on the way home, you realize you don't have dinner cooked. You have food to cook, but now your hunger and your cravings start kicking in. And you start to think about, oh, I need to prep all the food and I need to wash dishes after. And then you decide it's just so much easier to go out and buy fast food on the spot or at a restaurant. Then you tell yourself, man, I messed up. I'll start again tomorrow. You didn't have a system put into place so that you set yourself up for success. If you had food cooked and prepared ahead of time, you wouldn't need to use as much willpower to just go home and enjoy the food that you already have. You relied on willpower to make a tough decision, especially after a long day at work where you're making tough decisions, where you're using up your mental energy throughout the day and handling whatever emotional toll that's going on for your life right now. And another example of this is thinking that you have to cut out all of the foods you love in order to reach your weight loss goal, which, by the way, is not true. I really want you to get this. You do not need to give up your favorite foods to lose weight. I want you to think of willpower as a battery pack, right? So every day you wake up, you have a fully charged bank. And as the day goes by, it slowly starts to drain. When you're empty, that's when you start to have these screw it moments, or the I don't care about my goals right now moments, or the I'll just start again on Monday moments. So make sure to have systems put into place that making healthier decisions easier. And you also want to make sure you're starting the day with a fully charged battery instead of trying to go through the day starting at 70%, right? And how do you do that? It's by prioritizing your sleep. So if you're not already getting enough sleep, if you're not getting 7 to 9 hours, you're starting your day at a disadvantage. Everything about weight loss becomes harder. Your hunger increases, your cravings increase. You're just tired thinking about doing a workout. And all of the mental tasks that you have to do just take up so much more energy, right? Speaking of energy, if you want someone to take out all of the guesswork for you, what you should be doing for your nutrition, what kind of workout should you be doing, why are you not making the progress that you would like, I'd like to invite you to see if online coaching would be a good fit for you. The first link in the description is where you can apply for coaching. So why do you know what to do, but just don't do it? It's because the way you're thinking about weight loss is all wrong. Most people hear weight loss and immediately think about the restriction from the foods that they love. The grueling and painful workouts where you're miserable, that feeling of being super hungry and feeling like a walking skeleton. And this is completely wrong. And it's the reason why a lot of people don't ever start or have a lot of resistance to starting, and why you may have tried losing weight this way only to fall off track. Another reason is waiting for the perfect time, or telling yourself, I just have a lot going on right now, or I have so many events coming up, I'll just wait. It's that kind of thinking that leads to 1 year, 3 years, 10 years going by with this thought of, man, I really want to lose weight just hanging over your head. You settle for your current life situation. And the longer that you allow that to hang over your head, the harder it becomes to get started. We become so comfortable with how things are, and no one wants to go from comfort to pain, from working out and never eating the foods that they love. So this is the new way I want you to think about weight loss and fitness, is that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to get started. And I'm not ignorant to the fact that everyone has different life situations, but no matter what situation you're in, there is a way for you to start, given how much time, energy, and attention you currently have. So start small. You don't have to completely overhaul your life. If you truly can only handle getting started with a habit of working out or walking throughout the week, start there. Maybe you just start with making sure you're eating enough protein during the day. This will naturally reduce the amount of calories you eat because you'll be less hungry and you'll stay full longer between meals. What I want you to understand is that weight loss is a lot simpler and easier than you probably think. You just need to know the few things to focus on that will give you the biggest amount of progress, which is a core pillar of my coaching program. We want efficiency. It's not about adding more onto your plate, and it's not about giving you busy work. Now let's cover how to think so progress feels easier. All right, stop treating weight loss like a temporary phase. If your plan only works when life is calm, it's not a real plan. Progress gets easier when your approach works during stressful periods, just like they do during a perfect week. Stressful times are gonna happen throughout your entire life. So you might as well learn how to handle them now instead of pushing them off till times are better. Next is to detach your self-worth from the scale. The scale is just data. It's not a moral judgment. It's not a reflection of who you are as a person. When emotions aren't tied to your daily weigh-ins, consistency becomes effortless. A new way to deal with this is to compare your weekly average weigh-ins instead of getting sucked into that emotional roller coaster of the ups and downs of the daily weigh-ins, right? So compare your weekly averages, not your day to day. Next one is replace I failed with I'm learning. Slip-ups aren't proof that you're bad at weight loss. They're just feedback. They're telling you what you need to adjust in your systems. So learn from them and make sure to avoid those slip-ups the next time. All right, shift from outcome obsession to identity alignment. Instead of thinking I'm trying to lose weight, think of I'm someone who takes care of my health, even if I do it imperfectly. Your identity and who you believe you are drives your behavior far more than motivation. If you identify as someone who prioritizes their health, you will act in alignment with that identity. And the opposite is also true. Next is build around your real life, not your ideal life. Your plan should match your schedule, energy, stress, responsibilities right now. That's how consistency stops feeling like a fight. So stop thinking I should do this, or I should be able to do that, or compare what you're doing to someone else. This is a personal journey. Consistency beats intensity every single time. The boring, repetitive actions are what creates confidence and momentum. When progress feels predictable, it feels easier. So remember, weight loss doesn't fail because you're lazy or broken. It fails when the mental framework is wrong. You don't need more discipline, you need better systems, simpler focus, and a mindset that works with your life, not against it. I didn't lose 80 plus pounds by being perfect. I did it by changing how I thought about weight loss. And the moment that shift happened, everything got easier.